When it comes to distance running in specific endurance sports, there's common trends and injuries because we're doing the same repetitive motion over and over again. So as far as exercises, I want to show you a couple specific exercises that address different things when it comes to running as far as upper body posture. And if we can stay up in a nice tall posture and get a good arm swing, we can actually develop more power from the legs. So just by strengthening the upper body, we actually improve running performance. Another thing we want to work on is hip extension. So every time you push off the ground, we need to really be forceful into that extension. One common problem I see with a lot of distance runners is if we come from sitting all day at work and then go into running, we have this inhibition through the glutes, and a lot of people lack that full kind of hip extension motion. So developing that with a specific core and hip exercise is pretty important. Our last one will be an exercise that puts you actually into the running pattern to strengthen the legs. Works on a lot of stability through the hips. You think if we're in this position, we need to control our knee position, which you see a lot of runners collapsing inward. So strengthening that movement pattern, which is very specific to running, is also beneficial. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 exercises, how to do those exercises, and why they're important for distance runners. The first exercise we have to improve upper body posture is the TRX Row. TRX is a very good piece of exercise equipment that allows us to use our body weight against gravity. So in the row, what we're going to do is holding onto the handles, we're going to angle back, dig the heels into the ground, keep our hips up, and then with the upper back, we're going to come up, squeeze between the shoulder blades, nice and control, lower back down. So if you notice with this exercise, I'm using my core the entire time. If I wasn't engaging through the hips and the core, I'd be down in this position right here. So stay up nice and straight, pull up, squeeze those shoulder blades back, nice and controlled, back down to the ground. Again, very good postural exercise. And remember, developing some upper body strength will help us stay up taller and develop more power through the legs in the running cycle. Our next exercise to work on hip extension and really developing some strength from the glutes is what's called the Cook hip lift. In this exercise, you're going to get down on the ground. So you dig your heels into the ground, your butt is down. What you're going to do is pull one leg just comfortably knee to chest. Keep your shoulders and your eyes looking up towards the ceiling. Try not to come forward in this position. And then with the other leg, we're going to drive through the heel. Hips up, 1, 2, and relax. Come up, 1, 2, and relax. Again, pretty important, pulling that other leg back allows us to keep the low back in a nice flat position. Typically in a lot of the hip lift variations, if you come up like this, we have a tendency to let the ribs flare up and arch the back. But just by holding that leg back, we limit the hyperextension at the spine, and we focus purely on hip extension. Our last exercise is the split squat. In the split squat, you're in a lunge or stationary lunge stance. What you're going to do is try to drop your body weight straight down to the ground. So throughout each leg here, we're trying to think of alignment the whole time. Ankle, knee, and hip on both legs are perfectly in line like railroad tracks. And then what we're going to do is going to lower straight down to the ground, get a good bend in that back leg, and then drive up through the front leg. So there, if you watch my knee from the front here, I'm not letting that knee collapse inward, what's called a valgus collapse. So I'm getting stability from the hip to keep that knee aligned straight forward, in line with the second toe or wider. And then I'm controlling my motion with some lower body strength, dropping down to the ground and pushing back up. Again, from the side here, my stance isn't super far. I'm still fairly close together. I'm going to lower straight down to the ground and push up from the front leg. So I hope you enjoyed those 3 exercises that will help supplement your distance running program. Again, they're pretty good to add into your warm-up as part of your warm-up to get ready for your run. The big thing we want to do is not just warm up and increase muscle temperature, but groove the motor patterns that help us become more efficient within our run. Or you could use them on your cross-training day to help strengthen lower body, upper body core, to take some stress off the body as far as the pounding in the running, and do some exercise that help us really attack our weaknesses. And let me know if you have any questions at all, and thanks for checking out the video. Thank you.